Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Early morning in Paphos, and we're in Masoi, and we're dropping down. In the distance, of course, is the blue Mediterranean Sea. And if you stick with us, that's where we're going. We're going to go straight through the centre of Paphos, past the old town, and drop down into the area known as downtown Kato Paphos, which of course is where most people, when they come to Paphos, are going to get the spectacality of a holiday indeed. And as you may have noticed, the sky is blue. The sea, yep, it's blue. Mr. Paul, you probably guessed it by now, he's dressed head to toe in blue. So that must mean one thing, all that is missing is you. So come on, get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy, because Paphos, Cyprus, Marika and me, oh yeah, we're waiting, and we really are, especially for you. And there's some guys in town as we speak. If your name is Sir Daniel, and there's a girl with you who's always right. Of course, his girl and our girl, Lady Sherry Wright. And of course, on top of that, just jetted into Paphos is the boy known as the Surf Boy Kid. That's our Sir Jim, and of course if he's come, he's brought with him his PM, and of course that's our girl, and of course his girl, Lady Paula Marie. And we're looking forward to seeing you in the Kato Paphos Harbour very soon indeed. On top of that, in downtown Paya, there is a gentleman who's known as Sir David, and he's got his very own blonde beauty, Lady Angie, and of course they're going to come and join us in the Kato Paphos Harbour very soon indeed, and we're looking forward to it very much. So if you do want to find us, come and find us at the King's Restaurant. That's where you'll find us on an eve from around about 8 p.m, and we'll be sitting there waiting just for you. And of course, coming early next year will be the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. Quite a few people know about it, and quite a few people are going to board a big bird and jet into Paphos for the opening event, which will be on the 15th of March 2025. We hope to be open a little bit sooner than that to get all the teething problems out of it and get to understand how it all works, because obviously we've never had a bar before. But one thing's for sure, if you do pop over the threshold and get yourself a pint or two, the service you will receive will be exceptional. Grisila Booth, that's Marika, she'll be cha-chotchka dancing around and serving you, and of course I'll be table hopping and chatting to you. If you don't want me to, just tell me to bugger off. There we go. So the Marika and Me Lounge Bar will be opening up, grand opening, 15th of March 2025. I'd like to say a big thank you to some of the guys that have got us on the move, shall we say. If your name's Dayman, thank you very much indeed. Sir Kev, Lady Zena, thank you very much indeed. Sir Chrissy, thank you very much. And of course, the Baron von Cigar, of course, our Lord of the Martin and his girl, Lady Victoria. They're the ones, should we say, put the firework up our bottoms to say, come on, get on with it, get it done. And a big shout out to some guys probably in damp south of England, because the weather is not treating you too well. But if your name is Sir Steve, actually he's a Lord Steve, and of course Lady Heather, we thank you for your contributions to the channel, and we do thank you very much for that beautiful little video that you made. And as time goes on, I'll edit that little video into some of our videos as we get closer to the grand opening of the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. Now, weather. Do you want a weather forecast? Perhaps if you're our weather girl? Yeah, okay. Here we go. It's 28 degrees. It is just after 9 o'clock in the morning. The traffic, yeah, quite light. Forecast today, 29 to 30 degrees. Humidity very low. So if you are looking for a great place to come for a holiday, Paphos should be at the very top of your list. If you've not been here before, well, go and watch one or two of our videos, and I'm pretty sure we'll convince you that Paphos is a great place. Many people come to Paphos 2 to 3 times a year. Yep, you heard me correctly. They fall in love with the island because, of course, it is the island of love. And hopefully one or two of you guys have fallen in love with myself, Mr. Paul, and of course the most beautiful woman in the world, Miss Ochin Gracivia Labouf, which of course is Marika. And for those of you new to the channel, if you're curious to know what does Ochin Gracivia Labouf mean, well, it's Russian for very beautiful love, and that was the name that I came up with just before we started our little YouTube adventure. And hopefully one or two of you like the little name. There's a bit of a story behind it, so if you want to know the story, come and join us at the King's Restaurant and ask the question and I will explain it to you. And of course, if you want to know why we started a YouTube channel, well, there's a few reasons. It was an idea to promote Paphos and to bring more like-minded people like yourselves to Paphos. And right from the very start, there was the dream of opening the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. We see it as a place where people can make new friends and of course meet new friends. And don't worry about the prices. The prices will be similar to all of the other bars and restaurants around Paphos. The intention is not to try and overcharge people, but the intention is to make sure that people have a fantastic time. No grunting, no snarling. You'll always have a smile and a chachotchka dance and a bit of fun at the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. And we intend to have big TVs so you can watch sports events, those kind of things, obviously. Perhaps a karaoke night so people can have a sing-along, shall we say. I know I can't sing, but Marika can sing, and she does like a bit of karaoke, so hopefully you'll come and join us when it opens on the 15th of March. And quite a few people are going to jet in, which, well, we're humbled. You've taken our hearts away, that's for sure, and we do appreciate it very, very much. We never expected the support that we get, and we do thank each and every one of you from the bottom of our two hearts. Big shout out to one or two more of the guys that like to watch the show now and again. Perhaps your name is Baron Nigel of the Big Guns, and of course his girl Baroness so sweet Caroline, who are coming to the Island of Love very, very soon indeed. And I've no doubt in the Marika and Me Lounge Bar there will be a rendition of Sweet Caroline now and again, that's for sure. So here we are, central Paphos. Traffic, like I say, is quite light, and the weather's, wow, absolutely perfect. Because there's a few people in the comments of late who've asked what's the weather like in October and November. I mean, perhaps you've never been to Paphos before, so you are curious. Well, feast your eyes and digest, because the weather is very, very calm. The temperatures, like I say, 27, 28, 29, somewhere around there. So if you're coming from the northern hemisphere, it's like, well, way, way hotter than a summer's day. And it's a great, great place to come. Bars and restaurants, they're all open. Don't be thinking they're closing down for the winter season. Not many do. One or two will. When it gets to around mid-January, they'll close down for some refurbishments and all those kind of things. But in general, 99% of the bars and restaurants are open, and about 90% of the hotels are open. So definitely a great place to come and spend a week, perhaps a fortnight, or perhaps a little bit longer, because over the winter season, quite a few people do come out for a month or 6 weeks, because obviously it's much cheaper. There's no electricity bill. Well, there is an electricity bill, but you haven't got to pay it, obviously. And there's no heating bills, because again, you haven't got to pay them, have you, if you're in an apartment or a hotel. And you're going to get a great, great time. So please, please, go and have a look on that internet. Find that special deal. Find that perfect holiday complex, apartment complex, villa, perhaps, or hotel. And if you're in any doubt, drop in the comments, and we'll give you our opinion if we think it's the right place for you. You tell us a little bit about yourselves, you know, are you a couple? Are you young, middle-aged, slightly older? What are you looking for in a holiday? And we'll do our very, very best to give you some impartial advice. So this area now is technically the old town of Paphos, and we're going to go straight over these traffic lights, and we're going to go over the area known as, what's it called? Kennedy Square, yeah, which is the start of the old town. We're going to take a right, drop down the hill, and head deep into downtown Kato Paphos. And of course, we're going to get to the harbour area, and you're going to get a spectacality of a view straight out into that blue Mediterranean Sea. So don't click off just yet. And if you do like what you see, perhaps consider to hit the like, the thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a single penny. Why not hit that subscribe button so you get to notify when new videos come up. Of course, you haven't got to watch them all, but now and again, one or two might tickle your fancy. And of course, if you'd like to keep the channel afloat, why not go and hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, hit the link on our About page, and of course, you could gift us a virtual coffee or two, or perhaps even join us as a superstar member, like many people are doing, and we do thank you very, very much indeed. €10 a month, it's all it will cost you to make sure that we're lubricated. Mr. Paul's got a big boy cigar and of course a hot latte to keep him lubricated as he drives you around on his travels in and around Paphos. Lots of improvements around here, by the way. Many of the buildings have been refurbished. There's a nice park area on the left hand side, and the old town I think is a place that's a little bit overlooked, because obviously most people are staying in and around Kato Paphos, and it's about 15-20 minute walk to the old town. But if you are in Paphos, why not do it? Get yourself a bottle of water, perhaps get on a bus or in a taxi. It's only 15-20 minutes from the actual harbour area. So come up, because I'm sure you will be intrigued by some of the gift shops, and a lot of the artists in the shops literally make their own products. They're not just buying them from China or Taiwan or those kind of places. They are actually physically making them, and often when you go in the shops you'll actually see them at work. Of course, they'd like you to buy something, but you don't have to, and most of them are very generous. If you want a bottle of water, cup of tea, cup of coffee, something like that, they will do their very best to make sure that you feel relaxed when you are in the old town of Paphos. And there's quite a few bars and restaurants, by the way, but word of warning, at around lunchtime, because of the culture of Cyprus, and it does get very hot, most of the businesses close down for lunch. Some of them reopen in the afternoon, but many do not. So if you are going to go to the old town, make sure you set out at around about 9 o'clock-ish. Get there for, say, 9:30. Have a wander around 2 or 3 hours, and then perhaps pop back to the downtown Kato Paphos harbour. Now, if you're looking for a cigar when you're in Paphos, only applies to certain people, I know that, but for example, Baron Von's cigar, he may be familiar with that little building over there on the left hand side. That's the Harbour cigar shop, and they've got a great selection of cigars from Cuba and of course Nicaragua and those kind of places. So that's where he likes to pop in, and I ferry him up and down as he buys pretty much the whole shop. And when he goes in there, the girl who runs the shop, Andrea, she always smiles at me, but whenever she sees him, well, she lights up like a Christmas tree. So here we go, we're on the ascent and we're heading towards downtown Kato Paphos, the main event, as we like to call it. And of course, that's where you guys probably are going to spend a couple of bob and a few hours when you are in Paphos on your little holidays. Now, talking about people coming for a week or a fortnight, quite a few people, by the way, jet in on a Friday night and then jet out on a Sunday night because they miss Paphos. And two guys are going to be doing that very soon indeed from downtown in South Wales. If your name is Lord Lee, and of course there's a girl in your life called Lady Vicky, we'll be waiting for you in a few weeks' time when you jet into Paphos for that magic weekend in downtown Kato Paphos. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. And fingers crossed, there'll be a black Jaguar fixed and waiting for you at the Paphos airport. If not, I'll come on a trike or something like that, because we can't wait to see you, that's for sure. Paphos Mall, or to give it its correct term, it's the King's Avenue Mall on the right hand side. Of course, that's fully air conditioned and of course heated in the winter season. Plenty of shops in there waiting for you and your credit card, that's for sure. But you haven't got to spend, have you? You can just have a walk around and perhaps go and get a coffee and look out over these rooftops right in front of us, again down to that blue Mediterranean Sea. So this is the King's Avenue Mall roundabout. We're going to go straight over it. Well, not literally, we're going to go round it obviously. We're going to go under the Paphos Skywalk. That's a raised walking platform which gives you a slightly different perspective of the views in and around Paphos, and of course some fresh air. So if you're in town, why not walk up this little bit and take a little walk on the Paphos Skywalk, because rumours up it that next year or so they're going to be putting some turnstiles. Come on, lights, turn to amber. It's not nice to go through on red, is it? Well, in Cyprus it's accepted, but it's not nice, is it? And I was talking to Lady Zena the other day, and she was telling me that her experiences in Paphos of traffic lights, zebra crossings, are pretty good. Because she was comparing it not to the UK, she was comparing it to Spain, and she said in Spain they did their very, very best to run you over at zebra crossings, whereas in Cyprus they're pretty courteous. And I think, in fairness, yes, as long as the people driving the cars are not drinking frappes, making YouTube videos, or smoking a big boy cigar, most of them do treat you with a little bit of courtesy. There's Marios there in his pickup on the left hand side. He's the guy in charge of the Gilalama restaurant in the harbour, great friend of ours. So if you are looking for a great place to come, get yourself to the promenade and the harbour area. And if you've watched one or two of our videos, you will know one or two of the superstars that run the bars and work in the bars and restaurants. And why not say a big, big hello to them and make them feel that little bit special, and say that you saw them on the little channel known as Marika and me. It's always nice to be recognised, isn't it? And perhaps tip them a little bit as well, because these guys do work hard all season, and of course it's hot, and they're doing their very, very best to make sure that you guys get a spectacality of a holiday indeed. Here we are, Harbour roundabout there, and this means this is downtown Kato Paphos. The main event, we're coming to the end of the promenade, and of course into the main harbour area. Paphos Castle in the distance. Plenty of cruise ships for you, by the way, if you are looking for a little adventure out in the blue Mediterranean Sea. There could be a boat out there with your name on it, for example the Ocean Vision or the Super Jumbo glass bottom boat. So there's two extremes there. One's only €15 for an hour's fun in the blue Mediterranean Sea, and of course the other one starts off at around about €70, but of course you get 4 hours of pleasure. There's music, there's dancing, a lot of prancing, and you never know, it could even be that little bit of romancing. A bit of information for you: the main car park over there on the right hand side is free of charge, and as we go to the rear of the harbour restaurants, yet again there is another car park which is totally free of charge. So if you are in a car, a hire car, or a borrowed car, or a stolen car, there's plenty of places for you to park up. And of course, if you do want to hire a car, don't forget to message me and we'll organise a hire car for you, and there'll be no excess, so no blockage on your credit card. All you do is pay the agreed rate per day. Minimum is 3 days. That's the way it works in Cyprus for the insurance and all those kind of things. And of course that car will be delivered to you and collected from you when you finish with it, and you haven't got to worry about if you've damaged it. We'll come to a verbal agreement, and of course you'll have a great time. There we are. We've come to the end of this little drive. That's the Paphos Castle. This is the brand new sunset viewing point. Plenty of people sitting around enjoying the views straight out into the blue Mediterranean Sea. I'm going to say thanks for joining me, thanks for watching, and of course I look forward to your company again very, very soon indeed. Now it's time to light up the big boy cigar and enjoy the view. And as I say, life is good, and of course a nice hot latte. Yep, not too bad. See you on the next one.